Hello my sparks and starlings. Today's video is about my mental health journey. When I was about 4, I was diagnosed with Duchenne syndrome and I had seizures. At 10, me and my family started going to a new church. It was one that we had been to in the past, but we didn't realize it then. It was a not safe place emotionally. We continued going to that church for 3 years, not realizing how bad it was until something really bad happened. There was a lot of unseen bullyism happening, where girls were ignoring other girls or leaving them left out. I had thought that I had gotten over it quickly, but it would later come back to get me. There are a lot of things in my family that I was sensitive to and saw as a threat or somebody trying to outrightly hurt me, when really they were just trying to communicate the way they thought was best. And it led to a lot of tension in the household. I didn't know how to communicate my needs efficiently, or rather at all, because I didn't realize what needs I did have. From my perspective, as someone who future tells negatively, as in catastrophizing, I thought that it was just like the worst thing ever, and that my family would never be able to understand me. The ways that I was trying to communicate weren't being heard and weren't being met, and I thought it was just basically like the worst place and worst thing to be in. After about a year living like this, I told them one day after going to work that I didn't want to live this way anymore, and so I didn't want to live at all anymore, because I thought there was no way of getting out of it or fixing it. I got Baker acted for a couple weeks, and then they sent me home, even though I said that my triggers were my family. So my family, not knowing what to do, Baker acted me again at a different facility. After a couple weeks of being Baker acted, still nothing changed, so they sent me to a different facility, a one for voluntary residential. It took 8 weeks of trying to help me figure out my thoughts, to understand that they were not true, illogical, and that I had cognitive distortions. But after that time period, I was ready to come back home and was actually excited. Things still aren't necessarily perfect. I still struggle with communicating my needs and with understanding my family's different perspectives on life and their different communication styles. But the point is that it's so much better, and that with mental health and with the gospel, things can change so drastically in the best way imaginable.